Hi everyone, in this video we're going to set up a Nodexo miner from scratch. Starting with a fresh Linux server, I'll walk you through everything you need to know to get your miner online and earning. Let's jump in. Before you start, here's what you need. First, a supported GPU. You can find a list of GPUs currently supported on Nodexo here. If your GPU is not on this list, the setup will stop before registering, so check this first. Second, you'll need a Linux server with that GPU and a public network connection. Your miner needs to be reachable from the internet because that's how validators and renters connect to it. A machine hidden behind a home router with no open ports will not work. Third, open ports. Your miner exposes a public port 8091 by default for its API and a range of ports from 20,000 to 20,100 for rental sessions. Keep those reachable. Fourth, make sure your NVIDIA drivers are already installed and working. You can confirm that by running NVIDIA-SMI. The Nodexo setup script installs the rest, the host dependencies and the proof software, but it does not install the driver for you. Fifth, a wallet. This is your identity on the network, made of a cold key and a hotkey. The hotkey is what your miner runs under. We'll create this in the next step. Set up your identity on the network. Bittensor gives you a wallet made of two keys. The cold key is your secure offline owner key. The hotkey is the working key your miner signs with. Create both with one command using the Bittensor command line tool. You will be asked to set a password and to note down a recovery phrase. Write it down and keep it somewhere safe. It is the only way to recover your keys, and anyone who has it controls your funds. With the wallet made, register your hotkey on Nodexo, which is Subnet 106. Registration reserves your spot on the network, and it has a small cost paid in Tau, the Bittensor token. That cost moves up and down with demand, so check the current price first, then register. One important note, Nodexo also uses a stake gate. For your machine to score and earn, your hotkey must hold a minimum amount of the subnet's own token called alpha. That minimum is tied to how much compute you provide. It is roughly 1 day of rental value for all the GPUs you run under that hotkey. So the more capacity you offer, the more alpha you stake. The gate is live, and if your stake falls below the line, your machine stops scoring after a short grace period. You add and manage this stake from the operator dashboard. Step 1. Install. On your server, run the Nodexo installer. This single command downloads the installer from the official Nodexo repository and sets up everything your miner needs. One quick tip, don't pipe a script from the internet straight into your shell unless you trust the source. This installer comes from the official Nodexo repository, and you can always open the URL first to see exactly what it does before you run it. Step 2. Run the miner setup. From inside the Nodexo directory, run the setup script. It detects your GPU, checks it against the supported list, and prepares the miner. If your card is not supported, it stops here on purpose, before touching the network. If it passes, you're ready to configure how the miner runs. Step 3. Networking. Your miner needs a public endpoint that validators and renters can reach. Nodexo includes an endpoint proxy script that sets this up. Run it with the miner role and the public port. There are two things to keep in mind here. 1. The endpoint must be publicly reachable, and it must not be a loopback address like localhost. Otherwise, validators won't be able to reach your miner, and it won't earn. 2. If you put your API behind a domain name, the recommended path is a real domain on port 443 with HTTPS terminated by NGINX on the host and Cloudflare in front for rate limiting. But be careful, an HTTP proxy like Cloudflare does not carry your SSH rental ports. Keep ports 20,000 to 20,100 directly reachable or your rentals break. Step 4. Configure and launch. Nodexo uses a process manager called PM2 to keep your miner running and restart it if it ever stops. Copy the example config to a real one, then edit it with your wallet name, your hotkey, the network, and your public endpoint. So, which network should you use? Start on testnet. Testnet is NetUID 468 and uses the network flag test. It costs nothing and lets you confirm everything works. When you're confident, switch to mainnet, which is NetUID 106, and uses the network flag Finny, the paid network where real rentals happen. Here's a testnet launch. Run the setup script with start, your wallet, your hotkey, the test network, and your public IP endpoint. Or, using PM2 directly with a config file, start the miner process, watch the logs to confirm it is healthy, and save the process list so it survives a reboot. Step 5. Link your hotkey. First, you'll link your hotkey so the dashboard knows that this miner belongs to you. Open the operator page, enter your miner hotkey, and create a challenge. The page shows you an exact command with the challenge already filled in. Copy that command, run it on the machine that holds your miner hotkey, and the link is made. This only proves you control the hotkey. It does not move any funds or change anything on the chain. Step 6. Verify. 2 quick checks. Run the fleet command to see your miner in your fleet and check the process logs and health endpoint to confirm it is serving. If your miner shows up and the health check responds, you are live and ready to prove hardware and take rentals. And that's it. Install the miner, run the setup, open your endpoint, configure and launch it with PM2, link your hotkey, and verify everything's working. I'd recommend starting on testnet so you can get comfortable before moving over to mainnet and earning. If you get stuck, you'll find the documentation and community links below. Welcome to the network.